The Death of a Heart, Chapter 1, The Picture-Perfect Life. Emma and James had been married for 15 years. To everyone who knew them, they were the ideal couple. James, a high school teacher, was kind, patient, and deeply devoted to Emma. Emma, a marketing executive, was ambitious, vivacious, and the life of every party. They lived in a charming suburban home with their two children, Lily and Noah. From the outside, their life seemed perfect. But beneath the surface, Emma was growing restless. She loved James, but the routine of their marriage felt stifling. She longed for excitement, for something more than the quiet, predictable life they had built together. Chapter 2, The Forbidden Attraction. Emma's boss, Daniel, was everything James wasn't: charismatic, powerful, and dangerously alluring. Daniel had a reputation for being a flirt, and he often showered Emma with attention at work. At first, she brushed it off, but over time, she found herself drawn to his confidence and charm. One evening, after a late-night meeting, Daniel invited Emma out for a drink. She hesitated but ultimately agreed. That night, they crossed a line that would change everything. What started as a one-time mistake quickly turned into a full-blown affair. Emma told herself it was just a fling, something to fill the void in her life. But as the weeks turned into months, she found herself falling for Daniel. He made her feel desired and alive in a way James hadn't in years. Chapter 3, The Cracks Begin to Show. James noticed the changes in Emma. She was distant, distracted, and often stayed late at work. When he tried to talk to her, she brushed him off, claiming she was just stressed. But James's intuition told him something was wrong. One evening, while helping Emma with her laptop, James stumbled upon a series of incriminating emails between her and Daniel. His heart sank as he read the intimate messages and realized the truth. Emma was having an affair. Confronting her was one of the hardest things James had ever done. Emma, caught off guard, initially denied everything. But when James showed her the evidence, she broke down and confessed. Chapter 4, The Devastation. The revelation shattered James. He had always trusted Emma completely, and the betrayal felt like a knife to his chest. He couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, and found it hard to focus on anything but the pain. Emma, racked with guilt, tried to apologize and begged for forgiveness. But James couldn't look at her the same way. The trust they had built over 15 years was gone, replaced by bitterness and heartbreak. The children noticed the tension between their parents. Lily, their teenage daughter, became withdrawn, while Noah, their young son, acted out in school. The once happy home was now filled with silence and sadness. Chapter 5, The Final Blow. One evening, James decided to confront Daniel. He showed up at Daniel's office, demanding answers. Daniel, unapologetic and arrogant, mocked James, calling him weak and claiming Emma deserved someone who could keep up with her. The encounter left James feeling emasculated and broken. He returned home, his spirit crushed. That night, he sat alone in the dark, replaying the conversation in his mind. The man he had become, a shadow of his former self, was unrecognizable. Chapter 6, The Death of a Heart. James didn't leave Emma, but he was no longer the man she had married. He went through the motions of life, but his heart was no longer in it. He stopped smiling, stopped laughing, and stopped engaging with the world around him. It was as if he had died while still alive. Emma, desperate to fix what she had broken, tried everything to win James back. She ended the affair, quit her job, and even suggested couples therapy. But James couldn't forgive her. The betrayal had left a wound too deep to heal. The children, sensing their father's pain, struggled to cope. Lily blamed herself for the family's problems, while Noah became increasingly rebellious. The once close family was now fractured beyond repair. Chapter 7, The Aftermath. Years passed, but the scars remained. James and Emma stayed together for the sake of the children, but their marriage was a hollow shell of what it once was. James never fully recovered from the betrayal. He lived in a state of emotional numbness, going through the motions but never truly living. Emma, too, was haunted by her choices. She had lost the love of her life and the respect of her children. The affair, which had once seemed thrilling, now felt like a prison of guilt and regret. Chapter 8, The Lesson. The story of Emma and James serves as a cautionary tale. Infidelity doesn't just hurt the person being betrayed, it destroys families, shatters trust, and leaves lasting scars. For James, the betrayal was a death of the heart, a loss of the person he once was. For Emma, it was a harsh reminder that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. The excitement of the affair paled in comparison to the love and stability she had thrown away. The moral of the story: this story highlights the devastating consequences of infidelity. Trust, once broken, is nearly impossible to rebuild. For those who have been betrayed, it's a reminder of the importance of self-respect and the courage to walk away from a toxic relationship. And for those tempted to stray, it's a warning that the thrill of an affair is never worth the pain it causes.